Earlier this week, the security of our elected officials became a talking point when a man opened fire on lawmakers in Alexandria, Virginia. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise was shot along with 4 others. Scalise is still recovering at a D.C. area hospital. Authorities have argued Scalise's presence may have saved lives. As an elected official, there was increased security just for him because he's the House Whip. Our crime and safety analyst, Gil Smith, joins us now. Gil, this brings up some very serious questions about protecting dignitaries who, based on the motive we're seeing from this shooter, are now under a threat assessment.
Right, they're trying to determine, was this a hit list that he had? Was he going after certain people? Because he had even people on the list who were not there. So he may have been going after some people specifically who was at the ballpark. And Scalise being the first one who was shot, I believe he was on his list also.
What does Capitol Police do here? They don't protect everyone. They're not with every member of Congress. They were with Steve Scalise because he is the House Whip. He is a higher ranking Republican in the House, but not everyone gets this. What's the Capitol Police's options here as far as securing?
Well, not all Capitol Police are involved in dignitary and executive protection, just the ones who are going to be guarding. They have several other responsibilities within that police department. Now, those that are trained, they get additional, like a 2-week course or even longer in threat assessment, how to determine a threat before it happens, and dignitary protection and close proximity protection, evacuation techniques, motorcade training. They get this.
I want to ask you about, real quickly, is about some of those close quarter protection things. Those 2 officers were hurt in this. They're returning fire. You've got a bunch of Congress people around at the time this guy's opening fire on them. What kind of training do they have to return that fire when you're in a crowded area?
You can't train for everything. Now, police do not train with bullets flying past their head. I mean, that's just the stress of the situation they have to deal with. They do the best they can in training. That's what makes this situation so remarkable. I've heard several Congress people talk about this entire situation. Everyone who talks about it starts by saying how brave they were for standing there and what a great sight it was to see them there. So the female officer in particular took a shot in the leg. Usually you go down, her adrenaline's flowing, but still, because of her sense of responsibility and duty, she stood there, even though she was wounded, and returned fire. That's something that you can't train a police officer to do. That's something that has to be within that person.
As far as the response here, I mean, I've heard interviews with the Congress people who were there. They just got down to the ground. They didn't know what it was. Those scenes where there's shootings, some thought it was a car backfiring. Then they determined it was something else. That chaos can really influence the people there.
Of course, and you're going to either do one of 3 things, as we know: run, hide, or fight. Well, they couldn't fight because the gunman had a long rifle, which means he had better accuracy and was at a greater distance. And there wasn't a lot of places where they could run because you're in an open baseball field. So the only place they could go was the dugout. They did what they could to try to protect themselves.
What do you suspect we're going to start seeing from members of Congress? Do you think they will be paying out of their own pockets for a security detail? Do you think they'll maybe get some training from the Capitol Police?
I think you'll get both. And some of them may start even carrying firearms because of what happened here. Now, in some cases, like if congressmen travel together, 4 or 5 of them together, it doesn't matter how many, they can request, and they have requested protection from the Capitol Police. Now, that is not free protection. That comes out of their budget. So quite often, we see that. I think there's something different we may see is that whenever you have large numbers of congressmen, here there were 22 or 23 there for baseball practice. And if Scalise had not been there, several probably would have died. So maybe they'll start providing protection for them. Also, at these town hall meetings, we see sometimes they get, verbally aggressive, and they could become physical at some point. But that would also be of the help of the local police departments when congressmen return to their home districts. So I think overall we're going to see increased security for a congressman. Not 24 hours for all over 400 of them, but in certain situations and when they're in large numbers.
Gil Smith, thank you. Certainly something we're going to continue to watch. We'll post the interview here we just did on news4jax.com right after the show, and we will be right back.